So this is moving into 9.4, creating equations of lines. So the first question says, find an equation of a line having the given slope and containing the given point. Now remember, if the given point was in the point 0, y, that's a y-intercept, and we could have used y equals mx plus b. So by inspection, though, we do know the slope, but this does not represent the y-intercept. So another type of equation is what's called standard form. So it's going to be ax plus by is equal to c, but standard form, really, we need to know more about the problem to do standard form. The only other equation we have involving slope is the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What I'm allowed to do with this problem is I'm allowed to kind of cross multiply. And what I can do is write this as, 1 times y2 minus y1 is y2 minus y1 equals, and then I have this m times the quantity x2 minus x1. What I can do is transform this into a two-variable equation by, instead of saying y2, I can just change this to y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is actually called the point slope form. So notice how if I do a little bit of algebra thinking, I can create a formula that actually can be used to work this problem because we were given a point and we were given a slope. So notice how this point is considered x1, y1. So what I can do is substitute this information into this formula, if you will, and that'll create an equation of a line. So we have y minus and y1 is -7, so that's a -7 there equals then the slope is 2/3. And then we have x minus x1, which is 5. So we have an equation of a line. So, but notice how they want the equation of the line in, notice how it says y equals. So they actually want us to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. So we have to write this equation. We want to solve it for y. So notice that, again, this minus -7 is also the same thing as the opposite of a -7, which means that's y plus 7. We can remove these parentheses by multiplying the 2/3 through the parentheses. So 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. And then we're left with fractions, though. We actually got to multiply 2/3 times this 5. So 2/3 times 5. Remember, I can change 5 to 5/1. And you multiply fractions, all you got to do is just go straight across. It's actually very easy to multiply fractions. So 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 1 is 3. So it's going to be minus 10/3. And it looks like they want us to leave the answers either in integers or fractions. So they don't want us to change anything in decimals or mixed numbers. So the only thing we really need to do now is bring the 7 over to the other side. So we have y equals this, and again, I have to subtract a 7 to both sides. So what happens, y equals, I have this 2/3, oops, let's get back to my other color there. So if y equals, this 2/3 x comes down. But the challenge is, what does -2/3 take away a 7? So -2/3, and we're trying to lose like 7/1. Notice how the common denominator between a 3 and 1, I can rename this to be a 3. So -10/3, what I can do is multiply this by 3, multiply this by 3. Because remember, if you're adding or subtracting fractions, you have to have the same denominator. They have to be like fractions. So that's going to be a minus 21 over 3. So what essentially I have is negative 21, negative 10 thirds and a negative 21 thirds, which is going to be a negative 31 thirds. So it should be minus then 31 thirds. Now, again, if you want to use your calculator, you can. Let me see if I can slide this around. So if I wanted to, we're trying to do, what is it? Negative 10 thirds minus 7. So again, if I want to type that into the calculator, remember this F1 has a special menu, and those F1's in green. So if I want to, I can actually type in, and I always like to put the negative in the top. So negative 10 thirds, and then come out and just subtract 7. And that should give me negative 31 thirds. And it does, so that would be correct. So I can do it by hand, or again, you can use the technology, because adding subtraction fractions can be a little bit more time consuming. So it's kind of a time saver there. So that would be the equation they're looking for, is y equals 2/3 x minus 31 thirds. So we have a little bit going on here. One is, if we were given a slope and a point, one of the ways to do this problem is what's called the point slope form. So I can use this formula here. Then I just substitute into that formula. But now it's up to you to be able to manipulate the problem. So remember that subtracting a negative is like adding the opposite. So we can say that's the same thing as plus 7, which makes the math a lot easier. Okay, so it kind of plays out from there. Again, you can use your calculator as you see fit in the problem. You can even multiply the 2/3 times 5 with your calculator if need be. So any calculations you are allowed to use your calculator on. But since it says y equals, we have to have this, and it also says use x as your variable. So, and it also says use integers and fractions. So we're not allowed to change anything to decimals here.